You have this really fast Gyro winning their lane, and then you have the Leshrac.
Yeah, I feel like their draft, it means you have to play fast, which they didn't really do. I mean, we talked about it last game where they got that Blink Dagger and Microtron and just didn't do anything with it.
Ooh, they do secure 3 bounce runes.
Okay.
Good start.
Yep, good start indeed.
Yeah, it feels a bit like Nigma's, their drafts are very high execution. I just feel like if they're on form, like they can make this work, but it doesn't look that easy.
Okay. So
very cool.
Oh, we're gonna see the link up from Kezu already, starting out here on ILTW as Armis.
And Armis, he takes the third shot instantly, kills a rocket. That's 20 XP for his team of 50 gold. That's a nice start.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah,
right.
I'm surprised they got rocket in this lane versus Snapfire, because he will kill it every time instantly. They don't have any stuns to make it work.
Yeah, they have, I guess we didn't even talk about the homing missile killers as well on their team. Huh?
I feel like you should have got flak level 1 and then 2 in Keel, and you just keep flacking 2 range shields. They don't have stoat shields, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Gyro is a very strong lane regardless of what you do.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go out on a limb here, Curtis, and say that ILTW will not die at level 1.
That is hopeful. Hopefully, because if he does...
Yeah, I feel like it's not as bold with a Morphling either. I feel like that's pretty difficult to do so, but...
Morphling is weak at level 1. I think Gyro... Okay, so everything I said was completely wrong. They managed to get the rocket off. Thank you, Viking. Let's look at a different lane so I don't have to focus on that.
Fair enough. All right, top lane we have Shad, of course, on the Ursa with Celery's... I mean, he's played an amazing Abaddon. I feel like he was legitimately the MVP last game. He died a few times, but it was Nigma that were just being forced to initiate on him, it feels like.
Look at this European meta between these two teams. They've both blocked each other's small caps because they know they both want to shove the lane and farm it. And then they've even blocked the Ancients. Like, that's what some of those sentries are for.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah. As Boom is getting harassed big time in the mid lane right now. Miracle has the CS advantage to start this game out, and we've seen how that goes.
Boom did get his bottle before Lina, though, so he is going to secure a water rune.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of runes now will be spawning, so see if Miracle can pressure out Boom a little bit more. Continue to right click as we see the static link into the cookie actually does connect. Kezu gets off some damage and will secure some last hits as a result of that static link. Looks like GH still keeping ILTW in a very healthy spot right now in this bot lane.
In ILTW, he does take that flat cat at level 2, so they're playing a little bit of the harass game. I think he's going to spam it out here. Not sure, maybe not. I'm just lying to the viewers here.
Yeah,
but I'd like to see that. There we go. You just, you know, flat cannon. You look at it, it's 160 damage for 50 mana. If you just keep using on 2 heroes. Like, if you keep using it, you will win the sustain war.
It's definitely a good spell. Remember back in the day when Gyro was just considered a... Oh, see that Rocket Barrage go to work onto Armis. He's getting pretty low. Has to pop the Fairy Fire to live. And now Kezu getting pressured out. You can see that Nigma already off to a way better start in this bot lane than last time around.
Gyro's just so strong in lane. They added this overcharge. It does everything. It gives you spell amplification, attack speed, regen. So it works really well with Gyrocopter because there's both sources of damage.
You don't get status resist though.
You do not get status resist.
That's going to be in the next
It also doesn't kill the enemy thrown instantly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So not quite everything, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not too shabby.
What were you saying back in the day about Gyrocopter?
Back in my day? I don't even remember anymore.
Very old. Your memory's failing.
That's true. That's true. All right, Kuro, Mind Control. Looks like they're, I mean, Mind Control CS is extremely good in this lane versus Shad. He's actually doubled up essentially in terms of just the last hits. Yeah,
I feel like Leshrac's pretty uncontested this lane. People think Ursa's a good laner because back in his like old Ursa days, he'd be really strong. But this hero applies no pressure, especially to a range show.
And Miracle, in the meantime, has the level advantage to start this game as the LSA will connect, but Armis is here, gets the cookie off, and the minus armor coming through, but it's not going to matter. Miracle just decimates Boom. And that is a huge kill for Team Nigma. The LSA is not going to connect here, but the right-click damage will be, I mean, yeah, we got the Aphotic Shield anyway. So Celery making a nice rotation over, but that means Shad is all alone in this top lane, so he has to be extremely careful.
Nigma's planned to block the small camp. I mean, they both did it, but Nigma, they've unblocked their own and kept the enemy one. No, they both unblocked it. Never mind. These teams are just on top of it. But I feel like this lane's very hard for Storm now. Lina basically can solo zone him from the lane. He always has threat with that Laguna.
Yeah, it's a 2-level advantage right now. I'd say level 5 here.
We saw there, like, even for these ganks, when GA, he's going to pick up an RTV score soon. He has on his curve. He can always TP mid. Just give Miracle that little boost of mana and move speed, and they'll be able to kill Storm. It's a very high threat combo. And this is how Nigma need to play this game to win. They need to get kills, they need to snowball the lanes.
Yeah, it was a good attempt. Cookie here. Boom. Maybe a little bit of a mistake here, continuing to aggro as he just gets destroyed. But, I mean, this game, you talked about how, at the bottom lane, Kezu, applying some pressure on ILTW in the meantime. That's a lot of damage with that static link. Can GH actually keep him alive is the question. The Fog of War comes into play. Does get the Plasma Field off, so now GH in a little bit of trouble, but they will live.
They have their Hedris region. Maybe they'll go farm some neutrals for a bit.
You talked about how Team Nigma would have to get off to a good laning start. Is this good enough? This is pretty freaking good overall.
Miracle is outplaying them really hard.
Cookie again. Lots of damage onto ILTW. That means Viking gets themselves their first kill of the game finally in the spot lane.
And I feel like that was their lane that was supposed to default win. Like you need the Gyrocopter Isle to win their lane. Especially versus 2 range heroes. This should be free.
Yeah, Miracle has just created so much space for himself now. Still no level 6 quite yet on Storm.
I feel like Gyro should TP mid here. Refill Lina's bottle. They should take this tower. He goes for the TP bot, but I feel like Sumea would do that. He'd want to take this tower together.
Even at level 4?
Yeah,
you just hit
you should
5
just
now.
do it. Like, you're not pressuring. I was going to get full EXP bottom. You don't need this. Like, if you can create some pressure, make sure your Lina has a good start to move off the lane, it would have been really cool to see.
Right. But yeah, back to my question. Is this a good enough start for Nigma, you think?
Not if Gyro's dying like that, but I mean they can still win because like there's like when I talk about a draft like that, like in my head it's with everyone playing even, right? So you always have the opportunity to outplay your opponent, and Nigma have shown they're more than capable of doing that. I mean they played very well at the major.
Yep, for sure.
Ooh, I like this ward too on the high ground cliff in their own jungle on Nigma side. It lets you flak. When you flak off the small camp, you can hit the medium camp as well. Just a little bit of extra efficiency.
Min-max.
It lets you stack as the IO too, so it's just very nice to have that ward. You can actually drag the hard camp over and hit all through a flak.
Yeah, Boom, of course, now level 6. Has the Arcane Rune in tow, so you see if he tries to use this to try to gank somebody. Of course, it's going to be pretty difficult to kill Miracle without some help. As we can see, the lane creep gold discrepancy between the two mids right now. That's pretty gigantic in favor of Mr. Miracle.
Yeah,
see the LSA into the Laguna Blade. That's a freebie onto Aramis for Miracle. Just wrong place, wrong time.
I didn't see that. He just walked up the hill, huh? The same as Celery last game, except Celery had Abaddon out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's the big difference, right? I mean, once Celery hits 6, we'll see if he can create as much space as he did last game, but obviously Nigma 2k advantage. It was basically flip-flop last game. I feel like Viking had a 2k advantage at this state, so.
And Miracle keeps farming like this all the way to US up there. I think Nigma have every possibility to like outplay their opponent and snowball still. The panel talked a bit about how this Phoenix egg is unprotected, but it is actually pretty hard to hit the egg. Like if you're trying to hit a Snapfire, you're just gonna die to flax.
Right, we can see the Enrage come off here with the gank from Boom onto Mind Control. Split Earth was being faked, but in the end, Viking able to take off Mind Control.
Oh, that's a clutch kill. Viking, they've been very good at identifying that they have some weakness on the map, right? Like top lane's getting pressured, mid lane's getting pressured. They don't just sit in both lanes. They consolidate the resources. They bring Storm top. All of a sudden, you have top pressure instead of being pressured in 2 lanes. Just a very nice theoretical move.
As you can see, Celery now getting rid of a sentry there and blocking the Ancients as well. As Kezu, all right, homing missile with the call down coming down. Rocket Barrage to follow. This looks like more than enough damage to take out Kezu. And meanwhile, Celery takes the Laguna Blade to the face. Stun Ray to follow. Looks like they will at least get the Abaddon, but Boom doing so much damage. Kuroki, of course, not level 6 yet, but this is the big kill. Nice cookie on top of his face. You just had too many cookies, Curtis? I don't think so. You're not fat enough for that.
Oh, you just wait a bit. To be honest, I gotta commend Boom here. He had such a hard lane. You know, sometimes you get outplayed in lane. It happens. Sometimes you get ganked, something goes wrong. In most of my pubs, they run down mid. Boom. He's killed top, he's killed mid. He's made so much space for his team, even though he's from a weakened position. Just absolute stellar play.
It's amazing what you can do when you don't give up right away, right? That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Man.
Like the thing is, everyone in your bracket, they're equally as bad as you at Dota. So you should believe in how bad you are and realize that they'll make mistakes.
That's true. It's kind of hard to convince your teammates sometimes, I will say.
Yeah, because everyone who plays Dota, they should know how bad they are. Just remember, everyone's as bad as you.
That's right. That's the first step of the grieving process, basically, right? It's denial that you're...
Grieving process.
I mean, playing Dota is a long stage grieving process.
Oh, just so much pain and untold horrors.
Indeed. Oh.
All right, they have the IL-6 now.
Yeah, but good news for Viking. I didn't see this earlier, but the fairy trinket is on Boom. That is
that's good.
Considered the S tier of the neutral
You
ones.
said that, and I instantly clicked on Ursa to see if he got that possess mask. He doesn't have it quite yet.
Oh.
He opted for the Ocean Heart.
Yeah. Wait,
Poor
they actually
choice.
have possess mask?
I don't know how to
No,
check on
they didn't actually
Spectator.
drop it. Celery's taking some damage. Looks like he will fall, as you baited our observer into missing that kill.
Thank
But
you.
we knew it was coming though. But no, he has the Mortar Mask. The Possess Mask did not drop, so they didn't get the double whammy.
It's a
sadly,
skill
for
issue,
Viking.
usually.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, mind control.
Reload home.
All right, we have the cookie. Shad did some damage, but he sees the relocate, like you said, and now ILTW. Here with that homing missile. And the flak cannon. Just want to get this tier 1 tower. Question is, can Viking defend? Do they want to defend? Looks like GH and company going to get back. There's the initiation now. Boom. Knew this was coming. They're going to be able to take out GH right away. No. Has to expend a little bit more mana just to finish him off. Now ILTW getting chased with that static link. Mind Control has made his way here, but it's too late. Double kill already for Boom. And now Mind Control. Can he get the return kill? Get the Electric Vortex. Finally, they will find Boom in the end. And now Kezu in a lot of trouble. See the Mortimer's kisses trying to help him out, but in the end, they will find that second kill for Team Nigma. They lose ILTW and GH, but they get 2 cores in return.
Really good response by Nigma there. They TP in, they punish it. You know, Miracle's just a beast this game. He's so high net worth. He's been involved in, well, 4 of their 7 kills, but it's looking good. The one thing going there for Viking, though, is that they removed the pressure on this top tower. During that time, Shad was able to cut up Wagon and push the lane all the way out.
Yeah, very true. And now Shad is sporting that more. When do you like the Ursas to go for Roche, is my question to you. Is there a timing that you're like...
As soon as you can.
Like level 8 with Morbid Mass, that
Nah, just
seems like the standard almost.
When you think, as soon as you think you can kill it, and it's uncontested, then you should try to kill it.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, but it's like, it's hard to generalize that, right?
Right. As we see here, just a little replay overalls. The dive was successful.
You're not casting it?
I've learned my lesson. Just take it nice and slow, Mr. AUI 2000. So yeah, this was a good turnaround for Nigma. But then again, it did cost their position 1 their life. See GH very calm, cool, collected, and beautiful.
A little bit angry there, actually.
That's not... GH is not capable of anger. As Split Earth actually will connect onto Kezu, who's getting stun rate as well. A Photic Shield going to keep him alive a little bit longer, but not long enough. And now Celery might get dove. Still has the borrowed time to work with, though, so Team Nigma not wanting to go any further.
And during that recap, I think Lina managed to, like, throughout this game, Lina's managed to 1v1 the mid tower a lot, hit it down, and Mind Control just sort of walked up and edicted it. It let them sort of pierce the enemy triangle and get that kill.
And he's trying to do the same thing in the bot lane as well. We're going to see some TPs, though, from Viking. Both Boom and Armis. Yeah, I don't know if they can defend this. The dive actually comes in. They're going to spot out Armis, gets the cookie. LSA is going to connect. Boom actually jumps in, gets the Electric Vortex, but he's going to have to leave the old Hag and her Mortimer mount to die.
Nigma, they're very good at hiding, you know? They're not showing on the map there, so
yeah.
Normally you think, oh, there's 5 heroes in a triangle, they're all bottom. Ursa should do Roshan, because that's my first thought. But I had to remind myself that I'm stupid and I can see everything, so they can't do that.
How dare they not see
How
everything?
dare they not see everything in their map packs?
Celery, Yules. We have the LSA and Split Earth combination available, but Celery's going to pop that borrowed time, and yeah, with 1 stun, this will ensure the kill onto Celery.
That was really funny to watch. Lashak just didn't know whether he was stunning, Lita didn't know whether she was stunning.
We have the same spell, basically.
But
yeah, well.
You don't usually see a Lashak and Lina on the same team, right? They're sort of similar ideologically heroes.
Yeah, they don't have any like true setup per se, but now with the Yules, they kind of do.
If you can just push forward on the map, though, I think it's good enough. You don't necessarily... Like, Nigma, they play a lot of low-stun lineups.
Yeah.
Very good at map control.
You can see the relocate. ILTW and GH want to defend this. The latest tier 1 tower from falling. Flag cannon and whatnot. Got this second wave. They're going to spot out Armis. The cookie's there, though. Can they kill GH? No. Relocate just in time. Back to the top lane with nobody with him. He's lonely now. I mean, this could be a potential good opportunity. Yeah, no TP as well.
I wanted to click him and saw he had no TP. I do like doing this as Io though. I bring my carry stone and leave him there so I can farm.
We have LSA into Laguna Blade. It's actually enough damage to take out Armus. Now Miracle takes some heavy damage, but looks like Boom is just gonna get out of dodge. Has the homing missile coming. Looks like he'll be fine, but Viking definitely cannot get the trade here. Then you do find the Yules though. Kazu, very nice Symphonic Shield from Celery will keep him alive. Oh, but the LSA connects. No, that's not the LSA, that's a splitter. They're the same spell essentially. Yeah. So they do find the offlane Kazu.
If you hit 4 stuns in a row like that, you don't really need setup.
Yeah, he is hitting a lot of stuns without
I think Nigma, like when they're talking about this draft, Kuro just said to his players, just don't miss your stuns.
Yeah.
It's a very good strategy.
I mean, if you don't hit your stun on Lesh or Lina, then you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, there's now Shad. I believe the defusal, yeah, it is now online. 11 now, level 11.
Enigma, they've really managed to push forward on the map here. Like they have a 5k advantage basically out of nothing. I mean, they took mid tower and they just hunted down the Viking heroes.
And now they're looking at Roche.
I didn't understand how good their lineup. Like if Miracle just farms apparently, then the Jao and Miracle get super farm. It's hard for Viking to make moves. I didn't really understand the draft. Obviously these guys very high understanding.
It's just lucky probably.
Yeah, like OG's TI win.
Yeah, both of them.
Europe in general.
True. All right, Shad. Oh, Mortimer's Kisses is actually coming in. ILTW gets the Aegis, and Nigma get the Roche as well. The Aegis is getting expended right away, and they were able to kill Miracle right off the bat. Now Mind Control looks to be next on the list, and they're going to turn this around pretty nicely. ILTW all alone inside that Roche pit, but here comes. Oh, the save was so close for GH, and now this is going to cost him his life in all likelihood. So it'll probably be 4 kills. They do give up Roche and the Aegis, but again, they get rid of it right away.
I understand their look
is dead.
I understood their lineup perfectly. This is what I expected. Like they're snowballing the map so well, but if you put them in a straight fight, right?
Right.
Like, they just. I didn't realize the fight was going to go so bad. I don't think they did either, of course, or they wouldn't have done it. But it's very hard for them to fight if the Ursa manages to get on the Lina. Because you don't have a proper frontliner versus Ursa and Razor. Like Razor goes on your gyrocopter, he can't really stand and fight. Ursa kills anyone he wants. But we'll see. Like Nigma, this game they've done a really good job pushing creep waves and creating chaos so they can pick off heroes. Just hit random skill shots.
Yeah, that's true. And I think one silver lining of that play, although it's obviously they wouldn't have done that, but they knew what was going to happen, is ILTW getting jumped now. Defusal blade being shown. GH doesn't have his ultimate to work with. That means ILTW is donezo. But what I was saying before that fight broke out, Curtis, is at the very least, you denied Ursa his Aegis. Right?
That is true.
I mean, that's kind of a big, I mean, feels like when you pick Ursa, it's almost a necessity to get Roche.
Same for TA, right? Some of these heroes are balanced around the fact that they do have higher Roche potential.
Yeah.
I gotta say, ILTW is going for a 4-staff. If someone did this in my pub,
what?
It's forbidden.
Is he going to Hurricane fight?
Yeah, he is. It seems very low damage. Wow. I'm not too sure what his idea is. Maybe because of the lineup, they're just like, we just need to be able to kite the Ursa. Help Miracle out. I can actually see the logic and it makes sense. In a pub, it would never work. You don't help your teammates in pubs. You play for yourself.
Of course not, yeah.
But, you know, I mean, they won TI at some point. So
that's true.
They're pretty high caliber players.
Yeah, that is really, I mean, he has Aghanim Scepter, so this will help him farm and do damage. But usually you go for like a Maelstrom or some sort of, even a Satan, like literally anything that gives you some damage at least.
Because I think his job this game, he's realized, is that Leshrac does a lot of damage, Phoenix does a lot of damage, Lina does a lot of damage. So,
LSA from the high ground into Laguna Blade, but boom. Able to get off the Electric Vortex and the Zip away, but Mind Control in the meantime, well, he's going to have some backup. Celery does at least. They're going to turn this around to Mind Control in the end. So again, Celery creating all this space and ends up netting themselves a kill.
Didn't that feel really disjointed to you? Like, they have relocate. If you use Storm and they relocate, the Storm is dead. I guess he overestimated his damage a little bit, or maybe. Like the comms are a bit off, but that's a little bit unfortunate.
And at the very least, ILTW will be able to take out this stack here. I mean, he's, in terms of farm, Miracle's still top net worth on his team. Problem is that Ursa, even without that Roche, is farming out of control. And this is an Ursa, I mean, we've been seeing this lately, as of the last like month and a half, the Defusal build. It's not a farming build at all. And the fact that he's top net worth, I think, is a pretty good sign, even though they're down by 3k right now.
I think he's just, Viking have done a phenomenal job of just protecting their jungle. We saw Jaro come in there after the last fight, he walks in, he just dies. We see MC, he tries to push forward too much, he just instantly dies. You get kills, you get gold. They're ready here to again, you know, they have these wards set up. They just want to fight in their space.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're close to BKBs on Viking though. I feel like this maybe might not be the timing to fight. Both Razor and Ursa are BKB ready 200 gold. As soon as they get that, I think it's go time though.
More stacks for ILTW. And yeah, we'll see how this Hurricane Pike works out. I mean, it's a way to get out of range of static link. It's a way to obviously kite the Ursa, but obviously Storm is not really affected too much by it.
In my head, like, even if you build the 4-staff for a team item, there's no way you buy Pike. But I'm excited to see how it works out, because like, when someone has a different idea than you, like, you can't say whether you're right or wrong, right? Like, you need to sort of see like why they made such a conclusion.
Right. As we have a smoke now on Viking onto 3. Oh, they're looking for Miracle. He's going to get jumped right off the bat with Shad coming in. That is a very quick and swift kill onto Miracle. 50 seconds on the deck. Now the jump in onto Kuroki is level 11, has the egg. Glimmer capes to safety for now, but Shad wants to get pretty deep. But GH ends up connecting. Now the dive to safety. Boom's going really deep, now applying all the pressure to GH. Mortimer's Kissers from afar. And they'll be able to take out GH in turn. So 2 kills in favor of Viking. And the tier 1 tower.
And Nigma, it's so hard to fight. If you're losing any one hero, they make it harder to kite these heroes out. They really do have to outplay these fights. Like, they need an egg, and then, you know, you have both the Lina and Leshrac stun, so maybe some AoE. But it's looking a little rough.
And we see the BKBs have been picked up on Viking now, like you were talking about. His mind control getting chased. Boom, doesn't have vision, and very little mana now, but does find mind control in the end. Plasma Field didn't connect, but Kezu and company, this should be enough of mind control. Does do a lot of damage in the meantime. But again, Viking getting the trade after trade that they're looking for. Although that's a trade for nothing, so I guess that's more them stealing the life.
But on the ulti.
Yeah, LSA. Oh, little missed time there from Miracle. He's hit pretty much all of them all game. But okay, that's the trade technically across the map.
Yes.
But it's for Celery again, who is just continuing to create space.
He does not care about his life on Abaddon. He just wants to see as much for his heroes so they can get their own timings. As soon as Ursa gets this Blink Dagger, it's going to become so hard to fight on Nigma's side. He's just going to blink on Miracle or blink on Leshrac, any core really, and you have to run from it. You can't fight into these BKBs. You have no damage. You have Leshrac and Lina. We'll see. And that bottom kill on MC, Storm had like 500 mana, but he had an Arcane Rune, so he basically had like 2,000 mana.
That's
pretty silly.
And Miracle's gonna be spotted out here, but Shad is just gonna continue to go ham on these creeps. He's going for a Blink Dagger, so very aggressive build. And obviously the second Roche is going to be a pretty big deal, as we've seen throughout this patch. Is that something you think will be changed in any way?
I think it definitely needs a nerf. I think I was talking to Cinder, and he said they should just remove cheese.
That was from me, thank you.
That was from you?
Well, I told
I don't
Cinder
like this idea that much anymore. I thought it was really good, but some new information has come to light. No, I think it's a decent idea.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I think Shard is just cool, right?
It is,
and
it is. I don't want
like,
them to Shard.
Oh, Shad's gonna break a smoke here. ILTW gets the homing missile off. A TP coming in from Celery. Boom. Yep, has to be careful here. Miracle. They don't really have any like really quick jump on the side of Nigma. Like no stuns or anything like that. Like you can dive in, but
yeah, they don't have any instant stuns or initiation. It makes if you play, that's why they had the snowball, right? Like if you don't have anything to instantly kill someone and outplay them, then how do you play from behind? You can't surprise them.
I'm just so used to seeing like Blink Hex from Lion every single game.
Yeah, every game.
Oh, they're gonna spot Miracle. They're gonna jump right in, and again, Shad's right clicks are way too much to deal with. Room continue on. They really want GH. He's already at half HP, but not a whole lot of mana left on Boom. He has a homing missile applied, just enough mana to get that last right click off. And in the meantime, Kezu on the other side of the map here pops his BKB. Looks like he'll live, trying to prevent any TP here from Mind Control. Shad finds him in the tree. Split Earth not going to connect, and the right clicks have cometh. 3 dead. Viking looking so good after a bit of a rough start this game.
Yeah, they're just playing their lineup to the utmost potential. You know, you see a hero, you burst them, and you sort of like, you look a bit, you know, you're patient.
That was almost an instant Roche, I do believe. It is up now.
They could get it now. They have time. If they don't know though.
How dare they not know?
Yeah,
How
why
do they not have the same
full
info
vision?
as us?
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So Hurricane Pike was officially finished on ILTW. Now he's going for the Maelstrom. So again, very late on that. We'll see how this works out.
I mean, he's kept him in farm just because he's Gyro Iroh.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he went different item, maybe he'd have a bit more. I don't know how it works with Gyro Iroh. I don't play that combo at all because no one I play with can play IO.
Why don't you play the IO?
Well, because I only play unranked, so I have to play core, otherwise we lose.
Of course, yeah.
I'm not high enough skill for ranked. I have great fear of
Yeah,
being
it's understandable.
mean things get said in ranked, so I don't like it.
That's true. Yeah, ranked is not fun sometimes. But looking at, as we have a smoke here from Viking, but looks like Aramis is actually working towards an Aghanim Scepter. So
Straight into Roshan here. This smoke is just to secure the area.
yep, and looks like it's going to be a freebie.
As free, it's a shard on Ursa most likely.
Oh yeah, Ursa's shard is god tier. Top 5 in the game.
You think so?
Yes, 100%. Lowers cooldown Earth Shock and gives you an enrage for a second and a half every time you use Earth Shock. Basically unkillable. Aegis will go to Boom, the best Aegis carry in the game, so Shad will take the shard and the cheese.
If they do remove cheese though, I'd like you to be able to like trade the Aegis for a cheese or something. Because there's some lineups that just can't use Aegis.
What do you mean
what I mean?
trade it?
I don't know, in the shop. You just click, turn into cheese.
This is getting too complicated.
Okay, I forget it. Ignore me, mute me. Thank you.
Just delete cheese, please.
Okay.
I mean, shard is more valuable than cheese in almost every... Like, it's very situational where cheese would be better, I think, right?
It's like for these like Lycan DP TV heroes, like the transformation ones. Like those ones, like the Aegis isn't that good, but cheese is amazing.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I understand what you mean. I'm sure they can come up with something unique. Maybe a completely new item. Just get rid of cheese, get rid of everything.
New items in right before TI quals. That's what I want to see. I don't play anymore, so I just want to see the destruction and panic. That's what you live for.
Yeah, panic. Sure, Arkosh Gaming, just in general, they love that as well. So I'm looking forward to casting them potentially in the TI qualifiers. Of course, that's no relation to you whatsoever.
Yeah,
but
I don't think they're going to win a single game.
Yeah, I doubt it. I know Jenkins really supports them for some reason. Not really sure why. Probably no relation as well, but...
True.
Very interesting team, to say the least.
They do have the Storm Aegis. I'm curious to see how they want to use this. Miracle's doing a really good job just split pushing and applying pressure. Right now, if you look at Nigma's plan, like, it's hard to find this Aegis because, you know, it's a Storm Aegis, they have cheese. So they want to sort of play side lanes. They can't get caught here, though.
Well, with the Aegis, they secure themselves a tier 2 in the bottom lane, and Miracle, like you said, still split pushing. TP support coming, though, and ILTW and GH are in the vicinity, but Boom initiates onto Miracle, start things out already at half HP, but they take out GH. That is all the tankiness for ILTW outside. Miracle possibly BKB in turn, though, trying to apply a lot of pressure to Boom. That is the Aegis. He expended the Laguna Blade, but Miracle gets bursted down by Shad. That's a double kill for him. Boom looking for more, but already... Mind Control able to TP out, and it looks like Hiroki should be fine as well.
Yeah, Hurricane Pike didn't really work out there. I think the idea with the Force stuff is it could be cool, especially if you're ahead. Like, he's itemizing based on, like, they were 5k ahead, right? Like, I can see it working. You itemize a bit defensively, you can't die. But, like, once you're behind and you don't build damage items, like, there's no comeback potential. You just don't do enough damage to heroes that have more network than you.
Yeah, that's true. Now, Aegis is down at the very least, as there's now 17 network leads for Viking, and to jump in onto Mind Control. You can see the egg, that's the shard, being able to heal, but it's not going to be enough to save the life of Mind Control at the very least, but the egg does connect on a couple of heroes. Stellar able to at least pop his ult in the meantime. And now they'll turn this around into a tier 2 mid. Fortification is still up, as we saw the backdoor protection kick in just temporarily.
Yeah, BKB up on Ursa again, so already it's hard to play the map on Nigma.
And they're pretty close to Aghanim Scepter on Aramis. He's about 1,000 away.
Their supports are really farmed.
Yeah, they are. So that'll give him the spit out, or whatever the hell, the gobble up, as we're going to see the initiation again onto ILTW with no IO in sight. But there we go. GH comes in with the save.
Oh, they popped the cheese on Storm, so he's ready.
Okay. Yeah, he's ready to go then. Right, Miracle in the vicinity. You can see Shad jump in. They're just going to pull him up right off the bat. Oh, no. And now the turnaround onto Kuroki, and this is falling apart so quickly for Team Nigma. Buyback onto GH. ILTW gets bashed, though, and bursted out. Triple kill for Shad. He does not care with that shard. Mind Control trying to get healed up by GH, but that is now an ultra kill. Shad just does way too much damage. And that might be it. They don't have any creeps yet, though, so this will be a bit of a slow push to start things out, but finally they connect. And Viking looking unstoppable.
It was overall really well played with Viking. I don't think they panicked for a single second when they were down 5k. They knew they could just wait for their timing, and every time I felt like they could do something, even when I didn't see it with full vision, they were just, you know, that storm rotation, the top perfect, the top river is really good. They're clawing their way back into this one. It's looking good for them.
Yeah, they got that mid racks. I mean, still 15 seconds left on Miracle coming back for the full force of Team Nigma, but it'll cost them 2 racks.
The supports are actually really good at killing buildings. You have the minus armor from Aramis and
Abaddon's Curse of Avernus.
Curse of Avernus.
Yeah.
Celery.
Yeah, that's one of the... Like, Abaddon was always such a boring hero, but when they changed the curse to be like this is like the best variation, I think, of Abaddon ever. Just giving him some, like, a lot of push potential.
You're not a fan of the one spell heroes, like the old Skeleton King?
I mean, I am to some degree, you know? Like, Lifestealer now is kind of a... I mean, it's close.
Yeah.
It's 2 passives.
I agree, I think it's a good spell. I will say, like, people that play in my pubs, they always go for the 4th hit like it's a Jingu stack. Like, they'll tank tower to hit you 4 times.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything unless you hit them more. It's very strange.
You only get a silence.
Yeah, I mean, I get silence in my tower and hit them back.
Uh-oh, ILTW. They're going to jump onto Miracle again, though. Boom pops the BKB. Miracle does so in turn as well. But ILTW is the one now that they're focusing on. But there is the relocate. Just a little baby one on the other side of the cliff here. There's the egg as well with the stun ray coming through. Viking has to be careful. They might have to back up here. Shad with the BKB. Overpowers out to safety, and that means Celery is going to be the lone member to fall. But again, kind of a botched initiation from Viking, if you want to call it that. It's only going to cost him Celery.
Very fast fingers from Miracle. I'm a complete idiot. The Hurricane Pike is because he's playing against Razor. Completely forgot about that. Just need a Hurricane Pike to break the link. So
I literally said this, Curtis.
You did?
You need to listen to
I don't
your
listen to you.
I know. It's Cinderin's the same way, so you guys are cut from the same cloth, it seems.
I mean, I don't really like it still. I feel like you should get something that helps you scale more. And even just a Force Staff is good enough for that, which I like the Force Staff, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. So Ursa now with the full Abyssal Blade. But he's in melee range, which he usually is. We'll be able to get that nice stun. As we can see, the item timing almost 5 minutes faster. Wow, that's a quick Abyssal Blade.
That is very fast, and that just makes it impossible to react. Like, Nigma were able to win that fight because of Miracle's fast reaction to a Storm Jet. If Ursa's Blink Abyssaling you from smoke, there's no hope.
Yeah, so we got the Blink Abyssal for Shad.
Yeah, they're gonna show
Very
Razor
scary.
mid, just smoke past him and try to get a good fight. Ooh, they have an amazing ward too.
Oh, we have a giant jump in onto GH from a long range, and that is an insta-gib. This ILTW, okay, he's gonna call down just to prevent any further members of Viking coming over, but that's a pretty big kill. I mean, that's the hero you want to kill first pretty much in every engagement. Oh, this is another good one, though. Miracle getting bursted down again by Shad. The Abyssal Blade coming through. He does have buyback available, though, as we see the kisses coming in. And there, boom. I think that was the goggle up, actually. Now they're going to apply all the pressure to mind control. He's going to drop. No buyback for him, but Miracle does use his. Now 5v3. Jump in again. ILTW getting bashed down by Shad. And this looks like the beginning and end of this best of 3 as Viking look to be taking this 2-0. Which means that they should be matching up against T1, and Team Nigma will go to the lower bracket. But they're not giving up quite yet. Still a buyback for ILTW. Or the tier 1 and 2 are still up on the top lane, so the Ancient is kind of the only play here for Viking. They do have pretty good push like we talked about. So at the very least get this tier 4. And by that I mean they'll leave it. Gonna have to wait for creeps here. Sully's in a bit of trouble in terms of HP.
At the very least, they'll get this tier 4.
Yeah, there we go. I said it. I was right.
Good cast.
Thank you, thank you. Roshan not going to be up for a little bit, so can't go for any other objectives. I mean, the top lane would be nice to get the tier 1 and 2 because next fight you can just get megas and pretty much ensure.
I think the objective here is just Roshan. They're going to set up these wards. They're going to cap that Radiant Triangle, and it's going to be very hard for Nigma to pierce that area.
A 19k net worth lead for Viking.
Celery should drop his gem in that pit. Just to help him scout Roshan.
Okay, sure.
Drop the gem for vision. And
how much vision does it give exactly?
It's like a couple hundred on the ground.
Yeah.
You just leave it there, and like if someone comes near, you can have your courier near it. I mean, the enemy courier can't steal it unless they buy a gem, of course, and drop it to steal your gem. Very complicated. So if they camp that hill, like there's no chance of Nigma getting there, and the gem will give you vision. Smoke up for Nigma though. They know they're desperate. If I can get this Roshan, I think the game's over.
Yeah. That would be the third Rosh, so either an Ags.
Shad with a very Chad positioning though.
Or Refresher Shard.
Walking the smoke entry.
I mean, he is so hard to kill. As long as he can get either just even Earth Shock off for that Enrage.
Yeah, and he has buyback too, right? So even if they do hypothetically kill him, he's just gonna buy back, they'll get Roshan and try to end the game with that.
So looks like that smoke will not come to anything for Team Nigma, but they do get control of their triangle, at least for the time being. As we can see, Roshan is up. It is a Refresher Shard, which...
It's good on Razor.
Yeah,
actually.
Razor's a good one.
I
That's
see
true.
nothing to say, especially, but also Eternal Envy ruining any pubs. Just kidding. It's actually quite a good build. He goes Refresh Orb, get 2 BKBs, two Links, and a double eye.
And what about Ags?
Yeah, sometimes they get eggs too. I mean, I saw Arteezy spamming the Refresher build too. It can't be that bad.
Well, he does like to experiment from time to time as well. But yeah, we saw it a couple times in the major. It looked pretty good. But I think it's...
Why are they waiting to just Roshan? They're just trying to bait them in. This is a cool play.
Perhaps. Oh, ILTW. They don't have any vision, as we can see there. But Viking does now. Here comes the bear, and a Kuroki is deleted. We'll buy back into the game, though. And a nice attempt from GH to save the ledge track, but Mind Control just gets decimated, and ILTW looks to be next, though. The egg forcing everybody back from Viking, so not able to finish him off. The GH, he's going to go right into a static remnant. And now he will drop. So 5 versus 3. Viking basically secure themselves this third Rosh.
That's honestly some beautiful leadership. Whoever made that call. Because if you think about from Vikings' perspective, this game, it's sort of over, right? The only way they can lose is if they're all hitting Roshan and Nigma get to like take a big flank because you're like hitting this 9,000 HP neutral creep.
Right.
So you can see here, instead of getting gone on and sitting in Roshan getting bashed by it, they go on Nigma instead.
Yeah, and a good call to fall back here, of course, with that egg about to pop. And they secure themselves GH.
Stellar leadership being displayed by Viking here.
Double damage actually picked up, so this is going to add insult to injury for Team Nigma, as they are at a 24k deficit right now. And Boom working towards what I consider to be the game-ending Ags on basically every Storm game I see. The Electric Vortex AoE, it's basically a black hole. It's insane.
He's very strong. He took the Vortex duration as well, as I think most people do. So it's a full 3-second stun.
Yep, that is it's pretty good, pretty good.
And look at Nigma, they're trying to just get anything they can on the map, like push out bottom, but it looks like Viking are just going to come from Megas here.
Yeah, we'll see what Nigma has up their sleeve. Miracle only level 21.
They have 2 Hurricane Pikes.
Oh, they went for a second one. All right, gobble up from a creep, and that leaves the opening for Storm to jump in. GH trying to save Miracle, but it's not going to be enough. Burst damage again, just way too much. Shad with the Abyssal and the Fury swipes, and now ILTW looks to be on his list now, and he just gets a super easy kill. Double kill inside enemy lines. And this is almost certainly GG's to be called here, as Mind Control looks to be next for Shad. And yeah, Nigma, after such a great showing at the major, felt like that last series they played in the major kind of broke them, and they kind of said that in their interviews for that tournament.
I think
they just
they're using
destroyed
these games a bit to test strategies, right? Like, I don't think this is a Nigma you would see at the major, draft-wise.
Hey, they got the egg killers. The panel was right. They kill the egg, and GG's are called. So Viking 2-0 Team Nigma. Goodness, I was not expecting this result, I'm not gonna lie.
Me neither, for sure. I expected Nigma to move on for sure, and